Yeah.
Yay!
Alright. I'm gonna switch it back to live.
Excited, John.
Oh my god! I don't know. This like everything just stopped.
That's alright. Alright, user, do you want to count us in?
Alright, everybody with Audacity.
Okay, ready?
On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
We have ignition.
And there's waveforms.
Hooray!
Yeah, I'm seeing waveforms. I was worried.
Alright.
I'll tweet out that we're streaming.
John, just to be sure, what is your brother's name?
Okay, I was just making sure. I wasn't sure if I was sent it to you or not, or if it got to you. It's Akuma.
Akuma?
Yep.
With an M, as in Michael?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Hello and welcome to Goldwing's Black Skies. The Adventures of Tiki Flight. The newest additions to Tachyon Squadron. Around the table we have Megan.
Hey everyone, this is Megan. I'm playing Commander Micah Drexler, the veteran pilot that has a second chance.
Mike.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike, and I'm playing Barry Catfish Namazuko, the smarmy space bastard with the devil's own luck, which is turning to the bad end of luck.
John.
Hi, I'm playing Mahao Mahai, the fighter born to this.
And Rob.
Hello, I'm Rob. I'm playing Lucette Zombie Forrester, who's a space cop now.
Surprise to mostly her.
Yes.
She's had a gun and a badge before, but the gun was a drop piece and the badge was a forgery. Now they're both totally legit. And you've taken that gun and that badge in with your fellow flight members to a party hosted by the Shenzhou Mise clan. And that will surely go well. It's a dinner party.
Yay.
Hooray!
Luckily, we are known for having the utmost decorum.
That goes to the smash cut of the Jello shots.
Yeah.
Over body shots, thank you.
Jello body shots.
That was last time. We're just jumping in. This time.
Yes.
Or
All right. So
No.
you all investigate. Two of you were involved in crimes. To your credit, you were not the initiators of crime. You just happened to be crime adjacent.
Self-defense isn't a crime.
on the other hand, 2 of you were assigned to investigate said crimes. So, but you managed to pawn that off on someone else. And in investigating who exactly set up this weapons transfer / theft of weapons, you found a ship hiding out near one of Draconis' Lagrange points. When you tried to capture the ship, the crew fled and their escape pod exploded. But
Yep. And not of their own volition.
no, pretty sure they did not want to die like that. But, you know, there are a few things that are inevitable, and those include death, taxes, and social engagements.
I've got a minor correction for you, Acer.
Yes.
All 4 of us engaged in crime. 2 of us were in weapons smuggling. 2 of us were planting evidence on a crime scene.
Okay.
This
That
is
wasn't
true.
a crime. That was helping my friends. I'm a good friend.
Yes. It doesn't help. It's not a crime if the people you were going to, who are the alleged victims of said crime, were criminals. Said every crooked cop ever.
Yeah, but it absolutely tracks, yeah.
Yeah, you're just an overachiever there, Luzette. You just, you go straight from being not a cop to being a crooked cop. You just skate on past all the intermediate steps.
There's
There's-
the line
gotta play your strength.
flying rapidly into the background.
Yeah.
Gotta play to your
I
strengths.
I feel partially responsible for this because,
Partially.
well, I mean specifically for Zombie, because Catfish is just a very bad influence.
You ever just been on the highway and gone, do you think I think we passed our exit. Do you think we passed our exit? That's your relationship to the line. You didn't even see it go by. All right. So you, after making it back to the ship, get cleaned up, dress up, and present yourselves at this party. Now, who should be there but Mahao's brother? And who should he be talking to but your old friend Joe Freeman, armed smuggler and organized crime head extraordinaire.
Oh boy. Did we ever find out what actually happened to the vortex missiles?
You assume they were impounded.
Okay. Yeah, Catfish is going to proceed with that assumption, saying that when he, game plan for Catfish right now is to disavow that he ever agreed to anything and say, and if Freeman questions it, it's like, we never got any delivery. I'm out. Screw all of this. If you're in shady business and you can't even do that kind of delivery well, I'm out. I'm just completely out.
All right.
That's how Catfish is thinking it will go in his head, because he actually does want to get out of the whole shady business thing, because a new leaf turned over.
Incidentally, you now know, or you think you know, where to get some vortex missiles out of the evidence lockup.
We would never steal from our own lockup.
Requisition.
That we might do that.
I mean, the crates are good enough, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Emergency backup supply.
All right. So Freeman is across the room. The gathering is the very height of elegance. Although it's not quite like the parties you're used to showing muscle for, Luzette, in that all the higher-ups are wearing swords.
That is a bit different.
And
Would so sorry to button. Would that mean that Mahao would have coached Barry to have his monofilament blade in plain sight?
No, your sword is not of the caliber. It would be an embarrassment.
Ah, gotcha.
Can't embarrass Mai Tai.
These are not. Your sword is like the infantryman's bayonet. This is like the family, as opposed to the family sword that's been passed down generation upon generation, potentially worked by smiths from Earth itself in pre-space times.
So we need to get him on Pimp My Sword to get it all tricked out.
No, just like every
Get some
other,
hydraulics in there.
just like every other product of a pimp my, insert whatever noun here, they will forever be looked down upon by anyone with class.
Well, we're not going to be able to avoid that.
Yeah, it's just if
It's
you're
new
just going
sword.
for if you're going to be ostentatious about it, be as loud as you can. Is that what you're going for?
It's like it
I mean,
can't be an old sword, so it has to be a spectacular sword.
I mean, loud as you can really is Lucettes' MO.
Yep. Fever dream of Barry doing an exhibit style Pimp My Sword of. So I heard you like lifting weights and swords, so I made a really, really heavy sword for training. It's got subwoofers.
And lasers.
I'm dying inside.
Yeah,
Lasers for aiming.
If it somehow has an undercarriage just so it can glow.
no,
Oh,
the scabbard glows.
Uh,
no. It's got a neon strip inlay with LEDs. Like it's got a slightly hollow glass core, so it lights up from the inside a bit, and you can adjust the lighting on this specific app that you have to buy separate.
it also will start twinkling to the beat of whatever song's currently playing.
Yeah,
All right.
and
So
slash or the heartbeat of whoever you're cutting into.
okay.
It also has built-in lens flare.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm starting to stray Barry's voice too much into Skeletor.
You now owe me a fate point. Okay.
Fair
Moving
enough.
on.
Wait, I want fate points.
What?
I want you to hand me physical fate points.
Now that we have physical fate points.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't have any. You just had 3, right?
Yeah. I'm boring.
Okay. Here you go. Here are 3 fate points.
Barry now has 2.
And
Somehow
Mike
I still have
considers this all
4. It's
worth it.
ridiculous.
All right. So, I will, for the sake of rules lawyering, remind you that I said I would reward you for staying in character, but I will punish you
For staying in character.
for straying out of character. All right. So the party is the height of elegance, and you see people moving around in very tight conversational knots. It seems like you can be very certain there are several conspiracies being hatched in this very room right now. And there don't seem to be many people you can call on as allies. Give me notice or empathy rolls.
Quick question. Can I have a sword since I am a military officer?
Yes, you can have a sword.
Yes. I also have my cane, so it's going really well. I got a +3.
I have a +4.
I got a +2.
I'll fill out the array with a +1.
All right. Luzette finds the bar.
Yeah.
It is an open bar.
Even better.
Oh.
Oh, I feel like this is going to require its own roll eventually.
Yes, it will require an athletics roll for you to walk each step. All right. Barry, you find yourself gravitating toward some of the bodyguards of a few of the guests. There are other folks who seem like they're not quite as shady as Joe Freeman, but are nonetheless more mercenary in their trade dealings than the Shinzo Mise.
So they're not outright criminals, but it's not outside the realm of possibility that they used to, but they're putting that in their past.
Yeah. You could rationalize it that way if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's the kind of frame of mind Barry's in right now. So that's like, oh yeah, I can hang with these guys.
So they see you coming and they nod. Are you engaging in open carry?
Is Barry?
Yes.
Barry doesn't actually have any skill with guns, like physical guns,
All right.
because gunnery's only for ship guns, right?
That's right. Well, technically,
Okay,
it's for any crew-served weapon. So. But
So he would probably have he probably would have his monofilament blade with him. Just Mahao would have told him how to make it as respectable as it could be, but not to put it on display as if it were on the same caliber as a sword, probably.
yeah. All right. Okay. So you don't carry a sidearm at all.
I honestly, if he was issued one with the defense force, he probably, and it's the kind of thing that they'd be wearing, like as a group, he would. But otherwise, he'd be more inclined to use it as a club than an actual thing that can shoot.
All right. So you probably decide to leave it at home then.
Yeah.
Their estimation of you can clearly be read on their faces as they're like, "Wow, this guy carries himself well. I don't see a gun. Oh, that's a monofilament blade. He might be dangerous. You're a pilot?" That's what I'm gonna guess, right? You're a pilot.
Yep. Just a pilot. Never. It's one of the damnedest things. I've never, like, I'm assuming that they've kind of given me the look over and eyed over where a shoulder holster or a hip holster would be and notice that it's conspicuously empty of
Yes.
any firearms. It's the damnedest thing. I can fire guns in space, but on dust side, I can't do it.
Yeah, well, everybody's got their strengths and weaknesses. But it doesn't seem like the kind of crowd you'd hang with. Did someone make you come here?
We were invited.
Their estimation of you changes again. Like, are they gonna make you fight someone afterwards or something? Because I'm really not getting this. Why are they bringing the hired help?
I'm here for solidarity for one of my squadron mates. And Barry rattles off Mahao Mahai's, the esteemed Mahao Mahai's squadron mate. And we're here for support for him.
Okay, now give me an empathy roll.
Empathy and not rapport, you say?
Yes. You're trying to detect, not to influence.
Okay, I do actually have empathy, so this may go well. Okay, I am going to tag my high concept of Smarmy Space Bastard with Devil's Own Luck and push that up to a good from the average that it was before, so +3.
All right. They look you over. And oh, really? Well, you seem like a good guy. You his wingman or something? That's what they call it, right?
One of them,
You watch his back.
yes.
No, I mean literally, watch his back.
Is something going down tonight?
Maybe. We got to see, play it by ear.
Okay. Any idea of who's who in the zoo who may be causing a ruckus? That would be a rapport roll, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Dice are starting to like me a bit more because that's that's a superb +5.
All right. Well, I wouldn't say that you're among friends. Not in this room.
So this is going to be one of the let's see if we can publicly shame part of the family kind of get-togethers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Buy you a drink?
Well, it's an open bar.
Fair. Share a drink?
Sure. All right. Now,
Like a camaraderie sharing of drinks, and then Barry would kind of try to nonchalantly scuttle back over to the crew and say, kind of give them the lowdown of, yeah, this may not go well.
you can text them.
Oh, I will text them that then.
I'd rather be you are all like sharing one really fruity drink and drinking out of the separate straws.
No.
Is it the Scorpion Bowl?
It is like the 27th century. Texting is a thing. So it's not like Star Trek where
Where you have to audibly tap a comm badge, and then everyone hears absolutely everything.
yes, you tap the comm badge, say the person's name, and then magically transmits to that person. I never got how dialing would work in that situation, but apparently they've got a really good AI emulation.
Tom agrees
Yep.
with me about the fruity drink.
All right. Well, if Tom says so, who am I to argue with a patron? So, all right. So while you are sharing a giant fruity drink, the war hero in the group has found herself at the center of a throng of admirers.
Oh. Were we all Mai Tais +1, or did I get to bring Callie with me?
If you asked to bring her along, she would have been invited.
Okay, I have Callie with me then.
All right.
Try to convince her to stay on this exciting station instead of going and having a job.
Well, the food is really good. There are waiters circulating with champagne and the local equivalent of caviar. Actually, this planet's been settled for several centuries, so they have caviar. The conversation is going to turn toward your involvement in the war. And so, Commander Drexler, did you fly many missions on this front?
I actually wasn't out on this side as often, but I've always heard good things about it.
Oh, and so you believe in this mission?
I do. I think it's important to make sure there's safe places, and that the Dominion doesn't get involved with them.
Give me a rapport roll.
Okie dokie. +3.
All right. You are very convincing. You have established a sort of system with Callie where she clues you in on people around you. She gives you like context clues about what sort of people are around you, and comments, not overtly, but sort of explaining, like, oh, you leading questions and things like that to sort of orient you as to who you're talking to. And you know that you're talking to the captain of the first freighter that made the Draconis run, and so you're in auspicious company, and it's quite an honor to be spoken to by the captain of one of these free traders.
I imagine that's the sort of feeling you have as well, Captain.
Well, we have very much invested in this venture, and I would hope that the authorities here appreciate what we're doing. Of course, that's something that soldiers and businessmen can only guess at. As he affects humility as a mere merchant. Which, of course, is, the complete opposite of his actual feelings toward the subject, because you've talked to Mahal before.
Well, I think we just have to trust that the authorities here are doing their best for Draconis and for us, even as a mere soldier.
Of course. But in the event that the situation should turn against us, it would be mutually beneficial, I think, to maintain lines of communication.
Communication's always important. That's what Callie's always telling me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes, you do not catch the wince as everyone in the group recoils.
It's a positive thing.
Many colors are wrong, like,
I am pleased you think so. I will pass along my communications codes to your wife when we have the opportunity.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Captain Sato.
He's introducing himself to me.
Yes.
Okay.
And bows.
It was very nice to meet you, Captain. I don't know how to respond. Awkwardly salute. I still don't understand how saluting works in the military when you're supposed to do it, so.
He is not a military officer,
So no saluting.
You would not salute him.
I'll hold out my hand for him to shake.
All right. You have just grievously insulted him.
Oh, no. Well,
back-
I'm blind, so he can't blame me.
Back me up on that, John.
Oh, I think John's muted.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. Mhm.
You can't blame me, I'm blind.
I don't think that's how it works, but
I don't think that's how this works.
I'm gonna play the blind card.
Oh,
you played it too early.
you only get that once. All right. So you've established communication you've established an alternate line of communication with the Shinzo Mise higher ups, back channel.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they will consider you an uncouth foreigner.
That's fair.
Which I guess you are. Anyway. Mahal.
Yes.
So, with your great success, you are able to maneuver through the crowd of. It seems inaccurate to call them well-wishers because you're pretty sure most of them despise you. But
They wish he was thrown down a well.
yes, very very good, Mike. But they are saying polite things to you. They do render the proper shows of respect. But eventually you are able to find your way to your old Vanguard squadron.
And I nod slightly.
They nod incrementally. Well, it is good to see you're still alive.
Yes. It's good to see that you were able to survive without me. I'm sure you've done well in my absence.
Oh, quite well. We have one great honor for our squadron, and been the death of many a pirate.
Yes. I'm sure you have many new icons on your ship. Since I'm come here, we've defeated many. Unfortunately, since we were forced to go through training, and haven't been as successful as I would have been. But we've destroyed how many ships, Megan?
We have destroyed 7.
7 during training. So once we meet them out in open combat, I'm sure many more will fall to our squadron.
Most respectable. Most respectable. Now, are you aware that your brother is agitating against your being the sole representative of the clan in the group?
I need a moment to, because I don't want to insult him here. It's too early.
Would
Not present.
would he have gotten Barry's text at this point saying that there's shady business going around and this may be an event focused on discrediting him?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my brother sits on the council. If he wants to have someone else here, he's well within his power. However, whoever he sends will not have much to do other than watch me attain additional glory.
He claims that the House of Mahai has already stolen much in the way of the riches of this settlement we've won with Draconis.
If he spends his time talking about House Mahai, how is he supposed to maintain his duties in council? I think that's for him to decide. Of course, I can't say, but all the wealth we've attained, we've earned, and we were chosen despite his efforts.
Well, he is not quite through, as it seems. He is lobbying the captains for volunteers to form his own squadron.
Well, with his power, he was not able to keep a superior family from having the honor of joining this mission. I don't suspect that anything he does in the future will change, considering With being a council member, he couldn't do anything. Nothing's changed.
All
But
right.
he's within his right to embarrass himself, I suppose.
Ho, 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 ho.
That sounds like a provoke roll.
Okay.
For the record, I like to think that that Mahai has been stringently telling Barry that he does not need a hype man to suddenly pop up from behind and go, "Oh snap!"
I would assume that was something it would be something I wouldn't even consider being a thing I needed to say. So
Well,
if you did that, it would be like,
Barry would have
or,
run it by you, and you would have said no. I'd imagine. Like,
no, if you ran it by me, absolutely not. But it's just like, that's not even a thing would enter his mind as a thing someone would do. So I couldn't tell you not to.
All right.
All right, so provoke. I absolutely don't have that trained. Oh, I got a +2.
nice.
All right. So you stare each other down, and you're not really sure who looks away first, but you do feel a hand land on your shoulder. Well,
Then
if it isn't my old friend, what was it? Mahai, right?
who? I look.
It's Joe Freeman. What the hell's going on up there?
He had against him, he has a dumb one. I kind of just stare at the hand until it moves.
He will give it a solid 3 count and then look meaningfully at his hand and go, "Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm just a local boy. No real culture here. You know what I mean, right, boys?" He says, looking at the Vanguard pilots, who, if looks could kill, would have taken him out at 50 yards.
Are they glaring daggers?
That is a TRF thing, so no. And it would be far more probably katanas, glaring katanas at him.
So I will give a last nod to the three of them. It's like, we can speak more of this later in this turn. I wait for them, give the minimum amount of decorum, and then I act like I wanted to talk to Friedman. I absolutely do not.
All right. Well, so I hear there was some unpleasantness this morning about the little matter we discussed.
It seems as though insurgents got their hands on the weapons you're meant to deliver. It's unfortunate.
All right. The three of you can roll notice to see that Freeman has cornered Mahai.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Oh my. You know how I was talking about the devil's own luck is turning bad? Yeah, I rolled all negatives.
Oof.
So that's a -1 for a notice.
All right.
I got a 0, which is mediocre.
+2.
All right. Luzette, you see this. Whereas the two other members of the flight are waylaid by people who seem very interested in talking to you about your new quarters on the station and whether everything has been to your liking. You're pretty sure one of them is from the Station Chamber of Commerce, and one of them is from the Tourism Bureau.
Oh, Callie and I are very happy.
All right. So, Micah is retreating to her bastion of politeness, which Kelly knows is a bad sign.
It's fine. Everyone likes people when they're polite.
Luzette, what are you going to do when you see Freeman closing in on Mai Tai?
The first thing she's going to do is, I think she's going to text Barry. And it's just going to say, actually, no, she's going to text Micah, because she wouldn't think to text Barry for this one. Just because of the context.
For the investigation.
Yeah, because she doesn't know everyone else's parts.
All right.
And it's going to say, Bandit on Mai Tai 6.
Okay, Micah, you get that. The thing is that your sort of sonic imaging isn't great, but the display also can render text. So,
Perfect.
It just appears in your field of vision, which currently is a bunch of people-shaped blobs.
And after that, she'll get a couple of extra flutes of champagne and go and interject herself into the conversation.
Callie will try to, not Callie, Micah will try to politely excuse herself from this conversation about how often they get changes in sheets or whatever. And say she needs a drink.
All right. Give me a rapport roll.
That's a +2.
Callie will run interference for you.
Nice.
I'll squeeze her elbow thankfully before I go.
All right. Zombie.
Oh, Acer,
Yeah.
quick question. I don't suppose there'd be a situational aspect of forewarning that Catfish would be able to tag for re-rolling for the notice? Because he was warned to watch Mai Tai 6.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. Just to give me some sort of rationale to actually notice, like, oh, this is bad. There we go. Re-rolling the dice got me at +1. A great result, +4.
All right. So it'll take you some time to disentangle yourself from the sales pitch about a timeshare on the western coast. After all, you can't spend all your time up on the station. You know, you gotta feel real gravity pulling on those bones, get everything moving right. He's kind of old, so
It's really nice this time of year.
yeah.
He's kind of old, so everything is bone focused.
Everything is bone focused and about getting things moving along in the proper course. So it's really uncomfortable, but that's what you get for rolling a -1 to start off with.
Yep.
So Zombie, you arrive first with your drinks.
Yeah, she has 2 extra drinks in hand. So she has basically like 3 champagne flutes, 1 in her left hand, 2 kind of between her fingers and her right. And she will saunter up to Mahau and say, "Oh, Mai Tai, you introduced me to your handsome friend here."
No, you're too kind, ma'am.
I
Excuse
will
me,
take
young
one
miss. I'm sorry.
I'll take one of the drinks. Actually, I haven't caught his name. I'm Mahal. And I hold out my hand just because he's not Shinzu. So I assume this is appropriate for
A barbarian.
Yes.
He will
I don't see
grasp your hand and squeeze it tightly.
I don't
Roll
even
fight.
react to it because I'm like, okay, and take my hand back as soon as I can because I don't want even touching him disgusts me.
Zombie will offer Freeman the other drink and then offer him her hand, and that sort of like unnecessarily regal, like you may kiss my hand gesture,
He kisses your hand.
because of course he does. Lucette Forrester. She will introduce herself.
Ah, Miss Forrester, such a pleasure to meet you. It's always a privilege to be able to speak to members of our brave defenders among the volunteer group. Like my friend Mahau here.
Well, it's just a privilege to serve, you know?
Well, I really should be going, he says. Give me a notice roll.
That is +1.
All right. His eyes are tracking toward where those Vanguard pilots went.
And I will say slightly too loud after while he's walking away. I think I missed it. Did you happen to catch his name?
You get a fate point.
It's not important. Cannot take a
No, I don't believe I caught it.
I did not take a swig of the drink. This wasn't important. Let's see if we can find Catfish. Yeah, I'm trying not to.
Yeah, what's up?
Poof.
So, seems they've let my parents are letting anyone into this dinner.
Well, I mean, they let us in.
Well, I mean, they asked to have you here specifically.
Yeah, but see, it's starting to seem like the deck is stacked against us right now because us uncouth barbarians are being summoned forth. Freeman is here, and I've already been warned on the DL that someone's gunning for you. Like,
Oh, you know Mr. Freeman.
Why exactly is he here?
I don't know myself, but it's if this is all some sort of ploy on your brother's part to discredit you completely in front of your entire family, then inviting Freeman would probably be part and parcel to that. Because I don't see why unless he's been able to finagle his way into the family's good graces anyway, well, I don't see why he'd need to screw around with us in that case then.
All right. Here's how dinner is going to work. Each of you is going to be responsible for one bad thing that happens at dinner.
Oh.
Do not accept your terms.
So
I mean, you've got an extra fate point handed to you. You can potentially buy that off.
No.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to start with Mike.
Yes, sir.
Because I trust you to set the tone. What is there's going to be an opening toast, and then something about the opening toast, which is going to be made by Akuma, is going to go badly It is either going to be something that challenges Mai Tai's honor or his prowess or the DVG. What does he say to set the crowd on edge?
Since Barry comes from low places, he may not have been necessarily briefed on what proper toast etiquette is. So after it's clear that the person that's setting up, I raised my hand completely above the camera, the person that's raising up their glass for the toast, Barry, once they take a meaningful artistic pause, Barry, potentially in a fit of nerves and trying to get the crowd onto his side, toasts, "Here's to us. Who's like us? Damn few, and they're all dead." And he drains his glass.
All right. So, well, that makes things a little more interesting. Instead of Akuma being able to trash talk the DVG managed to trash talk the DVG.
He's
I
gonna tip
went
you later.
internally.
You're doing his job for him. So, Micah, how do you address this faux pas?
I'm going to reach out and grab his cup and move it out of his reach. And sort of clamp my hand down on his shoulder so he knows to stay in his seat.
All right. So, the commander disciplining the troops, this group can get behind that. You're in firm charge of your flight.
Obviously not.
Well, you're taking proper corrective action.
There we go.
The dumb young buck doesn't know what to do, and the pack leader is telling them to stop it.
Yeah, that they understand. Now, Micah, during the actual meal, something else happens that is meant to reflect poorly on the guests. What does the clan do?
There's an excessive amount of silverware. Just even silverware that's not even going to be used in the meal, like oyster forks or whatever. And there's not even oysters.
Aw, shucks.
Watch this convoluted mix of stuff.
All right, and just to be particularly ableist, all of the handles to all of the silverware is exactly the same.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Lucette, how do you all manage to work your way through this?
Well, we're all we're generally very observant. Sometimes. And Lucette, in fact, actually used to work in a restaurant. So she's aware of silverware, I guess.
The gold rule of work from the outside in as the course progresses.
Yeah, and she has some of the basics, and she's sort of watching watching people who seem to know what they're doing for cues, and trying to subtly clue everyone else who seems confused in on and just either texting them or subtly trying to coach them into using the proper utensils.
All right. Now, Rob, what
Yep.
happens at dessert?
We are served something off-puttingly strange, at least to most of us being outsiders to the culture we're in.
Dessert balut.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of that scene from Indiana Jones when they get the monkey brains, only probably not quite that extreme. Just something confusing and weird that we're just either not sure what it is or how to eat it. Like, is this part food or is this like wrapping? I don't know. We're eating paper. Who knows?
It definitely has a gelatin feel. You're pretty sure that this thing, whatever it is, isn't part of the normal one of the kingdoms that humans usually eat. I mean,
Candied slime mold.
yes, this seems like it's a giant eukaryote or something.
Look at you using science words.
So, Mahao, how do you work past this?
I work past this as it's being handed out. When mine is being brought to me, I was saying, "I'm sorry, I must pass because Miss Drexler has an allergy, and out of respect for her, I will decline the dessert as well."
Oh, very well done.
And I look at Lisette and and Barry, hoping.
And Barry nods solemnly, like, we follow their lead, like, as the leaders dictate. And he kind of does the best he could do to mimic one of the salutes that they have done.
It's one of Micah's more strict rules that if she can't eat it, neither can you.
Lucette initially looks at this thing. There's this moment where she's like just sitting there staring at it, like, "Oh, what am I doing with this?" And then she hears the exchange between Mahao and Barry, and is like, "Oh, thank goodness, an excuse to get out of this." She's like, "Oh yeah, no, I couldn't. It would be impolite. It just wouldn't be proper."
And Mahao, of course, as the guest of honor, at the end of the meal, you are to give a speech.
No, excellent. Do I need to give an actual speech? Yes, of course I do.
Yeah.
Acer's giving you tons of time to prepare this.
But not mention that you had to do it. So
Oh boy.
I stand up, and of course, I will make note of everyone in order of importance, placing Tamara and Hana before my brother Akuma, and thank everyone for attending, giving a special thank you to my flight, who are honored guests invited by my parents specifically, and really thanking my brother for traveling so far out of his way, and hoping that doesn't put any sort of delay on planning amongst the council in his absence, because I know he's a valued member. And then speak on what I hope will come from this alliance we've made with Draconis, and mention what we've accomplished so far. Not any specific. I'm like, oh, then we shot down 7 jets, nothing like that. And hope that the wealth that we will gain from this arrangement will make both the Draconis and Shinjumizu wealth, a lot of wealth and honor.
Oh, that's all well and good, dear brother. But what say you to the charge that you have shown little initiative in the way of leading your fellow pilots of the DVG?
No, I didn't realize that the council had made changes to the toast that should be interrupted in such an undignified manner.
Well,
Perhaps you've forgotten.
I have not forgotten, and nor can I disregard the shame you bring this clan.
The only shame I've brought to this clan is being your younger brother and allowing you on the council. Especially for someone who would speak so in an engagement in front of outsiders.
Well, then allow me to offer you the opportunity to correct that.
Please say I know what that means.
He
Is this
wants
going to be single combat?
he wants single combat.
Lucette
Are you
leans
sure?
back in her chair a little bit and unbuttons her jacket. And you can see he has a pistol in her shoulder holster. And she's like, just casually letting it expose a little bit, just in sort of casual threat.
That's what space cops do.
Absolutely.
Yep. Showing the badge and the gun. Barry idly spins one of the cutlery knives on his fingers, and then suddenly it's the monofilament blade.
I will, of course, look to my moms to see because this would be proper, because they are the ones who have to be okay with it, since this is their event.
Tamara frowns, but nods.
Accept your challenge. Since you've made the challenge, then I choose the weapon.
Of course.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, you should have said ships.
Yes, we're going to get in Blackfish and kill each other. No. I couldn't choose a lethal weapon because he is a member of the council. And I would like him to be very bruised during the next.
2 black eyes.
You haven't the courage to face me in lethal combat?
Unfortunately, the age you wear gives you your family's weapon. You can use it if you want. I won't need it. If I do, I'll take it from you.
It's become very silent in this room. Very well.
It's very good that Mahai had specifically told Barry not to be a hitman, because otherwise he would have gone, damn!
And I'm like, Catfish, you're my second. Because I trust Catfish, absolutely. And a decision I don't regret putting.
At all.
Having seen him dispatch several insurgents.
Off to the races.
All right. Do you want what's the timing going to be for this? Is it going to be right now, or are you going to wait till the morning?
I assume that there's going to be like a scene change so we can be dressed appropriately.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't have to be in the morning. It can be right now. I don't want to stop the dinner party. I mean, it won't last very long anyway. So,
all right. So it will be a very quick conclusion to the dinner party as everyone makes their excuses, and everybody wants to make sure that you get enough rest before your big slugging match.
Before Fistles at dawn.
A chandelier falls on you.
It's fair. Fair.
Luckily, it's mostly just hologram projector, so it doesn't do any serious damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like one of those situations where I had every right to go for lethal combat, but it's like not the thing for someone who effectively has lesser station to do.
All right. So, you do get a good night's sleep.
But he gets sudden dysentery, and Catfish has to go fight the
No.
All right. So, you're going to show up for this fight. It's held on. This contest is going to be held on one of the freighters. They have a space cleared out for contests of this sort, where people can observe, bear witness, as it were. No bets will be placed out loud.
Yeah, it would be bad form to do that out loud.
Yes. There's a very complex system of hand signals.
I feel like that discriminates against me.
Really, I think we also roll to not unintentionally bet
Everything on.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're betting.
Like, oh,
Scratch and
hi!
roll.
It's like you've put your blackfish up on the bet and you didn't realize it.
We're racing for pinks.
So Barry would ask Mahai, so is there anything that I should know for the procedure for this? Like, what's my role as second?
No,
Like-
if something were to happen, your second could act in your place. It's really just
It's a bigger deal in like a lethal contest.
right.
They'd be the ones responsible for like making sure you died honorably if you chickened out,
Right.
for example.
Yeah, like if I fled, it would be your job to hunt me down and kill me.
Gotcha. Okay. So I won't have to, like, as if you guys are the main card, I won't have to fight his second as a primer for the match or anything like that.
Purely ornamental.
Tonight in
Okay.
Hell in a Cell.
This is not like UFC.
You
Okay,
have to
so
pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need
the edge. Sunday, Sunday, someday.
All right.
All right.
Everybody not Mahau. Give me notice rolls.
Okay. Ooh. That is a 5. Superb.
I only get one good roll tonight. I got a +1. No, wait, sorry. A -1.
I'm going to spend a fate point for my public relations aspect.
Okay.
I
Ooh,
feel like my history as a corporate goon is going to come in handy here.
Yes.
I just realized Acer Mine's probably actually a +7 because of my danger sense.
Yes. All right. While Mahau is limbering up, Barry in particular, as well as Luzette, notice there are a lot of guys in here who are a little overdressed. particularly among the vanguard squadrons of the fleet.
Overdressed as an extremely high status?
As in, they're wearing a lot to cover stuff up.
Oh, a lot of hidden weapons.
Yes.
Lucette will nudge Barry and kind of lean in and says, and note to him that she saw Freeman kind of eyeing these guys up earlier.
Yeah,
Don't know if
and
that's related to this, but
yep, I would say things are very likely that they're all packing heat, which means we may need to run interference and make sure that people don't interfere with the match.
Give me empathy rolls, the two of you.
I'm assuming this wouldn't involve lie detecting, right?
No.
Or would it? Or would it? That is not the greatest. That is a 1.
well, you beat me.
An
I got a
average.
0.
All right. So, there are also a bunch of people really dressed formally around here as well. Not just, people overdressed in the other sense of the word. With a 7, I'm going to say that you probably are putting 2 and 2 together, Barry. There are a lot of council members in this room. And a situation where when one of these things is happening, Mahal will have explained this part to you. You're in a very large... it's one of the largest compartments of the ship that is actually fit for human habitation. And anyone can come. Which in a highly caste-centric society like the Shinzumizu is not really something that happens a lot. So the people in the high merchant classes and the warriors in particular don't interact very much in social circumstances. Other than in highly orchestrated formal occasions. Which means that this is an ideal opportunity for a little regime change.
So they're here to see if Mahao does win, he'll actually win council seat, or if things start to go a certain way, there may be a coup.
Yes.
I'm thinking there may be an attempt on these council members.
Yes, the security officer has it right. Probably. But first, the main event. Mahao. There is that asshole of an older brother.
So when I come in, I am going to be dressed with kind of like the baggy pants with like the sash around my waist. With no shirt on, so you can see like the large manta ray tattoo I have on my back, and amongst all the other basically most of the skin that doesn't show when you're in uniform is covered with various tattoos. Like I have a newer blackfish tattoo on my chest, but mostly covered, almost like an entire body sleeve from my accomplishments as being part of the warrior cast.
All right.
And so I come out.
Well, he can't show off like that, so...
Unfortunately, sitting on council, you don't get to win many battles.
No. So he will bow to you.
And I bow.
All right. And then you start first.
Well, as is typical, I'm going to put it on a display of athleticism. This is to inspire both fear and to play up to the warriors in the crowd.
Okay. So you're going to create advantage?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Okay. So I roll the -1. So I have a +2 because I'm Shinzu Mizu warrior training. So I have a 4.
All right. He has a 2. No, wait, a 1. So you succeed with style.
Nice.
I'm going to call it like a display of skill,
Okay.
if that's cool.
That is fine. So you have 2 free invokes of that. He is a bit concerned at that he will. So his response is he's going to just come directly at you. He doesn't have much in the way of form, but he has far more strength and speed than you would expect. And he is going to tap an aspect because he's afraid that if he doesn't, he will run afoul of your superior training very quickly. And he rolled a 3.
All right. So I defend with fight, right?
Yep.
Or athletics, I can't remember.
You can defend with fight, I think.
Okay. So I have a 3.
All right. So he doesn't do any damage to you.
Okay. So while he's coming at me, I'm thinking that I don't want to just take him out too quickly because that would be embarrassing for a council member.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to kind of maneuver around to tire him out. So I'm going to try to create another advantage.
All right.
So it's one of these things where I'm trying to make him look less bad than he is while not letting him actually hit me.
All right. He rolled a 3 to try to keep ready for anything you might try to do.
All right. So again, I have a 4.
All right. So that's another success.
Tiring him out.
All right.
Tiring him out.
Tired out.
Oh, he's all tuckered out. Put him to bed.
Fight like a man, he shouts, and is going to lunge at you. And roll terribly.
Good. That's what I want.
Fighting like a man.
He gets a 2.
All right. So I got a 3.
Catch these hands.
So when he lunges at me, I kind of wait to the last minute. Then I do this straight up, jump straight in the air, and then kind of do this half spin that I contort myself around and land behind him, facing behind him, and he just completely whiffs with the dive at me.
Yeah. So he his forward momentum carries him down toward the ground, and he catches himself on one hand, and his entire side is exposed to you.
All right. And so then I'm going to kind of do a hook kick to try to catch him right in the kidney
All right.
Oof.
You have 2 aspects.
Yep. So I'm gonna
Tap.
roll. All right. So I rolled mediocre, but I'm going to invoke. I'm going to use the Tire It Out,
Okay.
and I'm going to use the dis- display. I'm going to use all of that. So +6.
Okay. So
And so no, that's +8.
yeah.
And then I'm going to spend a fate point to attack martially trained from birth to make that a +10.
All right. You hear bones break. In fact, you don't think his back should look like that.
Oh no.
Oof.
He's not dead.
He is not dead. uh,
I mean, he.
And so I'm looked down and I was like, I kind of like give the come here finger to his second so he can check to see if he can continue or if the match is over.
he's going to. He's going to check the run his hands up and down Akuma's body, and he's like, "Can you feel this? Can you feel this? How about this?" And so there's a fair degree of concern on his face, and then roll empathy.
Okay. 0.
All right, so you don't see it in time for you to react to it, but all of a sudden, when he realizes that Akuma looks functionally paralyzed, you see him suddenly go from looking extremely concerned to gleeful as he takes a blade from his sleeve and slits Akuma's throat.
Oh.
Well, I guess I should thank you. Fire! Everybody roll notice.
Oh no. Zero.
That's a +3. Oh, danger sense would apply for this so 5.
Yes.
Superb.
I'm gonna. I'm not gonna waste the fate point. I have a -3. I was like, what am I gonna do?
Reroll.
Oh, so you can spend fate points to reroll, right? That's
Yep.
the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as you have an aspect to tag.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to public relations again,
Yep.
and we're gonna reroll that because this feels important. Because my notice is a 0, and I rolled just 3 minuses and a blank. All right, that's not a whole lot better. This is a straight 0.
What about Mahal?
Oh, I didn't know I was rolling for this. This is a notice, right?
Yep.
I figured I just wouldn't be noticing it, but yeah, I have a 0.
Okay. So.
Sorry, I'll be right back. Someone's knocking at the door.
Okay, we'll just hit pause on this.
Do we all want to take a break right now?
Yep. We need intermission music, Megan.
Doodle doo doo. Doodle doo.
I didn't.
Let's
No.
all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a snack.
Is Tom still there?
I believe so. Yes.
Yep.
Yay.
I think that picture I put on Facebook is now more popular than our wedding pictures.
Well, larger distribution size.
The most popular thing I ever posted on Twitter is a really crappy Nicolas Cage pun.
Mine was a picture that I thought was funny from Reddit. It got retweeted so many times, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was like, no, this is a bad joke. It was like a joke about if Nicolas Cage were the head of like the National Financial Department, it would be the Department of National Treasury. And it like caught fire on Twitter. And I was like, no, stop liking this. It's a bad joke.
I returned just in time to hear a bad joke, but I didn't hear what the bad joke was.
It's for the best.
It's for the best. All right, yeah. Don't give Mike any more ammunition. All right, so Barry, it looks like your comrades are concerned about how Mahau is doing, and they do not notice that as Akuma falls, apparently grievously wounded, several people who are wearing very heavy coats suddenly reach to pull.
I am going to use bait and switch to, or that's my framing for this, that Barry is very used to getting opponents' attention off of their original targets and focused on him. So I'm going I keep on wanting to just have him call out, Mr. President, get down! But I'm not sure if that would actually work. He's been around Mahal enough to know how to call out to specific, like, general alarm for everyone, like, Mahai clan, beware.
Yes.
Okay. So he is going to call that out, draw his monofilament blade, and start going for the closest vanguard person that's starting to draw on one of the council members.
All right.
Which since this is the Mahai corner, may be one of his moms.
Yeah. So, actually, some of the Vanguard personnel are not looking like they are about to commit mass treason. Unfortunately, they also don't look like they're prepared to counter mass treason. So they are armed.
Warrior caste, nothing. Like, what's with these people?
They are armed. They're carrying sidearms, but they're not carrying like the equivalent. They're not carrying like flechette guns or blaster carbines like the people on Akuma's side appear to be.
And it's unconscionable for anyone to attempt something like this. Probably.
Yes, this is completely beyond the realm of honorable conduct. Seems that Akuma's been outsourcing some of his tactical decision making.
Yeah. So Tamara is a member of the Warrior Cast, but she's also like 59 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So should that be provoke to incite the fear into people?
It's more going to be anger, but yes.
Okay. And depending on how I roll for this, I may use bait and switch. Well, luck is a funny fickle thing. I had all minuses earlier, but now I have all pluses. So that's a 6.
All right.
So, fantastic.
Okay, so you engage in the most dramatic slow motion Secret Service dive of all time and push a 59-year-old woman out of her chair. No.
That's playing on real time, though. He's just doing it really slowly.
Yeah.
He somehow got his hands on an anti-grav belt.
There's a localized gravitational phenomenon right there.
Yeah, but her chair does get shredded as I push her out of the way, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just him pushing her over and then looking really dumb.
Like just standing over her, like, oh, my bad. Like
No,
your reputation with the Mizu goes to 0.
The real comedy would be when you're like, oh wait, nothing happened. You help her back into her chair, then she gets shot. All right, yes, her chair is shredded, as is the council member to her left. And now you're looking at a generalized scene of, well, what you would expect to happen if people in a crowded arena just suddenly decided to open fire on each other.
Chaos.
It is the ultimate rebuttal to the good man with a gun argument that you could possibly imagine. As everyone opens fire on everyone else, you're pretty sure most people don't know whose side anyone else is on. And it's going to be a question of priorities. What is Micah thinking right now?
Probably I need to get to cover because I did not bring a gun with me. I'm not even sure I have the sword.
Okay. That is a choice, I'm sure. Or that is probably a mistake you're not going to make in the future.
Yep. I will try to pull anyone nearby me who does not seem to be fighting on either side to safety with me. I'm going with that run, hide, fight order of encountering armed shooters.
All right. Yes, you've seen many active shooter videos.
Yeah.
Or listened to them at least recently. Give me an athletics roll.
Oh, good. I am not good at this. I can't. Can I use? No, that won't help. Never mind. All right. I got a flat 0. Could I tag veteran pilot?
Yes.
All right, I will do
Adrenaline junkie may help with this also.
But that's a decompression
that's
one.
decompression.
Yeah.
I keep on forgetting that.
All right, you can tag that.
Is that enough, or should I? I guess I can't ask you.
That is enough to succeed at getting yourself under cover. There are no guarantees about the people you are trying to lead to cover.
They didn't want to follow the blind lady because they are ableist.
All right. Luzette, what are you doing?
Lucette is gonna stick true to form.
Body shots.
She's going
Except with a gun this time.
A fairly antique-looking pistol, and she's just gonna try taking aim at the best she can figure for what passes for an enemy target. Probably one of the people she saw looking shady earlier, and try to squeeze a round off at them.
All right, give me a roll. As we shoot.
Yes. Wow, all right. My dice did betray me. That is a +1.
All right, well, you dropped that guy because he rolled a -2.
Oh, yeah.
Hooray!
And what about Mahau?
All right, so I'm assuming that I'm still I haven't moved from the spot where my brother was murdered.
Yeah, you're standing in front of your brother's murderer. He does have a knife, though.
All right, so I'm imagining that because we just had the hand-to-hand combat duel, that there was like the thing where you get powder, like the powder to put on your hands.
Yeah.
And I'm going to imagine that that's there. nearby, and since I don't have a gun, I will try to roll and kick it at him.
All right, that'll be an athletics
Blind him.
overcome.
All right. Okay. Hopefully my rolling gets better. No such thing. No such luck.
Uh-oh.
Does it work?
All right.
I'm gonna use a fate point to tag martially trained from birth so I can reroll.
Okay.
Still have a -1, so it'll be a total of 4 again.
Yeah, for anyone who's not already aware, John and I have the worst dice luck in history. The two of us together, and we're like the two fighty characters. Like, oh, this is a disaster.
I have mediocre dice luck, and Mike has the best dice luck.
It's been really swingy today, though.
Right,
All
it's
right.
supposed to be around 0. I can't even get an average around 0.
Probability just breaks around John. So you got a 4?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is sufficient to engulf him in a cloud of dust, as it apparently is the week for Megan's adversaries to be engulfed by things.
Yes.
And you are able to get clear. You also notice that there is each of you can notice that in this following round of actions, there is at least one fallen person with a weapon that you can get to. Everyone give me a notice roll.
Okay, let's see if my dice swing the other way.
I got a 1.
Yes. My dice definitely did swing the other way because I went from all pluses to all minuses.
Yeah, I have a -1.
Oh.
Instead, it's a little hungover from the champagne earlier. That is also a -1.
All right.
Actually, I am going to spend the Acer's favorite words in Fate, my last fate point.
Ooh.
Which means compels can't be denied. And I will tag off to the races sounds pretty good for this
All right.
to
Reroll.
be able to notice. Oh, well, that's better. Flat on the dice, so +3.
All right. So, Lucette and Mahau, you each find a knife. Better than nothing.
I mean, I've got a gun.
Well, not better than a gun. Micah, you find a very nice blaster pistol.
Okay. I will pocket that. I think for now I'm going to stick with using my cane. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
My fight's much better than my shoot. By
Wow.
1.
Do you have a sword cane?
No, this is just my normal cane.
Oh,
It's not a collapsible one. So,
disappointing.
Does it have a shock baton built into it?
no, I don't usually plan on shock batoning people.
Oh, there's a cane I should show you.
Well, there's your first problem.
You cannot buy a shock baton cane.
Now, Barry, though, has the devil's own luck and scoops up a plasma rifle.
I can't. Would I be able to use a gunnery with plasma rifles?
No.
Okay, so I'll be more focused on getting this into the hands of someone. Or actually, my shooting is only 1 less than my fight, which is +1. So what could possibly go wrong?
It's a weapon +2.
Okay, I'll add that to my list for now.
It is a rather intimidating weapon.
So does it have the aspect on it really damn scary?
Yes. In parentheses, including to the user. So basically, the way it works is there's there's a bottle of ionized particles and a magcon field, and it's not so much a rifle as just a nozzle that has the part where the magcon field gets turned off for a second. And it's kind of like a flashlight if the flashlight beam was something that, incinerated anything it was pointed at.
A really, really, really strong
Spotlight.
flamethrower or a spotlight.
Yeah.
Dead lights.
So this is not a weapon that to be used lightly. You don't know why someone was dumb enough to bring this in here.
I'm just trying to figure out how they snuck it in.
No, this was
my
part of one of the guard details loadouts. So you can guess it was probably for like intimidation factor, because remember, this is a gathering where anybody could show up. So, but as with such things, when you have the biggest gun in the room, you tend not to be as alert as you probably should be.
And you're also the first target.
You are also the first target, as you can actually not find the person that was holding this.
So here's a fun fact for the listeners. This means that both melee and ranged right now for the weapons that Barry have the two aspects of weapon 2 and dangerous to wielder. Because the monofilament blade has that too.
All right. So
You don't have any fate points.
and no fate points.
And no fate points.
All right.
It's been fun playing Barry.
So, what do you want to do?
Barry fights off the compulsion to affix his monofilament blade onto the front of this as a bayonet. Because that would just be absurd.
You'd also melt it, but
Yeah, that too. He is going to he's gonna check to see if there's anyone attacking at him right now.
there is.
Okay, I must stab him.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna use the flashlight of doom into a giant scrum of people immediately, unless it's a giant scrum of people attacking at him.
Okay, so
Fight, don't fail me now. Well, that's not so bad.
that's a 2 on their part.
Oh, that's much better than I was hoping then, because I got a 3.
All right. You stab them, so that's 3 points of damage. They go
Yep.
down. They were they had a sword.
I'm gonna grab their sword,
All right.
because that way at least I can have something that isn't immediately dangerous for me to use.
Weird.
All right. Micah, what would you like to do?
I would like to try to lash out at someone who is near me.
Okay.
Preferably ambushing them.
All right. Give me a.
Ow, ow, stop hitting me.
roll.
All right.
Not the face, not the face.
Ooh, I got a +2.
All right. That succeeds. You can sneak up on them and hit them.
All right. That is also a +2.
All right. So you can knock out another goon. So you are steadily making progress toward clearing a way to an exit.
All right. I'm not gonna worry about the people who won't follow me anymore.
Okay. Lucette.
Lucette is going to see if there's anyone directly attacking some of the council members and see if she can protect some of our VIPs.
All right, give me a notice roll.
Well, that's a thing I'm good at. I'll even spend a fate point for my corporate goonage. Changing out my dice too. Different dice. All right, as a +3.
All right, you do spot a man with a flechette gun who looks like he's closing in on Mahao's parents, step-parents.
All right, I want to run up to this flechette gun wielding personage and shank them with my shiv.
Okay. Man, these dice are not rolling great.
Well, sorry, you're rolling against me, so.
All right, so that evens out. They get a 2.
I also get a 2.
Does your weapon have any innate weapon damage?
It's that knife I just picked up. I have
no.
idea.
Yeah, it's like you missed, but you should get a boost or something.
Yeah, you get a boost. All
Cool.
right, Mahao.
All right, so if I look around and I see anyone going after my parents, I will take the knife I have and throw it at them.
Okay, that'll be athletics.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I rolled another -1. So that's going to be a 2.
All right, they duck.
I will tag Dust Cloud because I threw it and it came out of the cloud of dust at them.
All right, they get stabbed in the throat and collapse.
Much better. And I will just turn. I see that, and then I turn back to the person who's cut my brother's throat.
All right. So now they're going. Now you have demonstrated that you are all very, very dangerous in one way or another. So each of you is going to face an attack by someone with a blaster rifle.
Okay, so that's athletics to dodge.
That is indeed athletics to dodge.
Okay.
Micah, can you beat a 0?
I got a 1, so barely.
Okay.
I'm glad I switched out my dice, as other dice are rolling shit.
And Luzette, can you beat a 3?
I can with a 4.
Wow. Blaster fire is just splitting the air all around you guys as you try to make your way to the exit with some of the members of the council who aren't jerks. And what about our good... Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, we know who he's about to say then.
Is that a good uh-oh or a bad
Uh-oh means Mahao.
No, it is not Mahao. Can
What?
Barry beat a 5?
Oh, my, no.
By how much?
Well, I got a 3.
All right. So that's going to be 4 damage.
Okay, we all start out with 5.
All
and
right.
this is hit point based, right? So that I've got 1 left.
I'm gonna tag dangerous to user. And make that 6.
Okay, I am going to. Oh, so is this going to be off of the plasma rifle or the monofilament blade?
I think the plasma rifle makes more sense.
Okay. Yeah, I will take a mild physical consequence to eat the difference, and ooh,
Flash
actually,
burned.
yeah, I'm almost tempted to take instead of a moderate, and go seared or like second degree burns or third degree burns or something like that, because like just to make sure that my no, I'll go with. I have one left and one stress box left, and
Sunburned.
flash burned.
All right, you have been flash burned. The mag bottle on your plasma gun bursts, and luckily for you, you've slung the weapon in such a way that the rest of the bulk of the weapon is between you and the actual plasma bottle. That was not good for the people standing behind you.
Hmm.
You do have a second. You have a second power pack for the plasma rifle if you can spare the time to reload it. But that's a problem for a little later on. As for Mahau, you thought I forgot about you, didn't you?
I hope you did.
All right. So, can you beat a 3?
Yes, I have a 4.
Damn. All right. In your case, there is a man with a blaster rifle firing straight into your face. It's a miracle he's not hitting you.
It's probably that dust cloud that's still up.
Probably the dust cloud.
Oh yeah, I just realized that I got a fate point for that compel.
Yes, you did.
Hooray!
And it's your turn.
Okay, I am. Just quick question for this sweet ass katana that I looted. Is it weapon 1?
It is weapon
Or-
1.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to use the katana instead of the monofilament blade because it has a bit more reach, and I'm going to try to slice down the guy that just blaster pistoled me.
Okay. Well, you blaster rifled you, but
Ooh, yeah, blaster rifling is even more offensive. Ooh, so Acer, can he beat a -1?
unfortunately, he can by 5.
I swipe at him menacingly, but didn't realize that. Oh yeah, there's still 30 feet in between us. I have to move my legs first.
You're just too excited to equip the weapon and push attack. Does anyone remember in this game whether the defensive fight causes damage in return?
You have to have stunt.
Okay, thanks. All right. They are not so inclined. I'm gonna say they get a boost for that though, because 5 is a lot.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
succeeded with style, so
Yeah. All right. So, Micah, what are you doing?
What is happening directly near me, or do I get to just make that up?
You could make that up to some degree. There's an airlock in front of you. There are some people sort of fighting near it. If you made an athletics roll, you could open it and get through. If you were to fight, you could clear it for other people.
I want to clear it for other people.
Okay, give me a fight roll.
All right. I'm going to spend a fate point to reroll that.
All right.
Much better. +3.
All right. Well, they got a +1, so you are able to cut down the leader of the group that seems like they were assigned to take out the guards and hold this airlock to prevent people from escaping, and you are able to start shepherding non-combatants through.
Is any of Mahao's Vanguard friends nearby?
Yes.
Any of them I could give the gun to?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to do that.
All right. You toss them the pistol, and they will begin using it. Lucette.
On you! Ha ha! Fooled you!
Lucette is going to. Again, we're going to try getting Mahao's moms out of here.
All right. Give me a. Well, let's see. Athletics or provoke?
Oh, we're going to go with athletics.
Okay.
My provoke's real bad. She's not very provocative.
Weird.
Which is weird, right? Like, I was like, why? What was I thinking? Like, her pour is better than her provoke. I don't get it. Do I have anything I can... Well, I've got a boost. So I'm going to... For my boost
You
is
got
this.
public relations.
Yeah, I'm debating if I want to save that last fate point, though.
Yeah. Fair.
We'll roll and then decide. All right, we're going to spend that last fate point for public relations to re-roll.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Oh man,
Now-
that was been bad.
To let you know, my athletics is +2. I rolled -3.
Okay.
So
Sounds
we're going to
smart.
re-roll that, because that was not good.
No.
Nope.
I mean, it could have been worse, but... All right. The dice were a wash, so I rolled 0, but I've got a +2, and then the boost.
All right. You hustle them out, and you're able to provide enough of a distraction that nobody is able to get a good shot off at them. Maha, what are you doing?
I'm going to. Is the guy who cut my brother's throat still out here? Or did he run somewhere?
He's still there. He is procuring a blaster as we speak, though.
Okay, I am going to attempt to grapple him and try to use him as cover from anyone else that might be shooting at me.
All right. Give me a roll.
And I rolled a -2.
All right. Well, he rolled 2.
So with that, well, I rolled a -2. So with athletics, that's still +1. And if this is, no, I'm not creating advantage, so this +1.
All right. So he is able to break your grapple.
All right. I'm going to. I'm going to tag an aspect with one of my fate points,
Okay.
and just. I'm
With a +2, you grapple him.
right. So martially trained. Oh, I am creating advantage by doing this, aren't I?
Yeah.
So I already have a +2.
Okay. You have him grappled.
All right. I'm going to spend the fate point anyway, just to make it with style.
Okay.
All right,
So-
grapple.
You have a boost. Okay. So each of you is still in the line of fire. So there are still, out of the staccato flashes of energy fire, there are just going to be some directed at you. Can you beat a 3, Micah?
No, I got a 1.
All right, you take 4 points of damage
Ow.
as you are hit with a blaster bolt in the side. Lucette. Can you beat a 2?
Oh, yeah. I beat it with a, I suppose, athletics, so it's a 5.
All right. You turn sideways, and 2 bolts from a burst slice either side of you. Mahau. Can you dodge a 3?
I can dodge it if I tag the boost.
Sure. You turn the second, and he takes the fire for you.
Excellent.
And good old Barry.
Hello.
Can you beat? Well, a 0.
Yes, I can. With style.
All right, you get a boost as there is a laser gunner just wailing away at you. Oh no, wait. I'm going to tag your high aspect, or I'm going to compel your high aspect.
Devil's own luck.
Yep, and a reroll.
Oh, the devil's calling in his due.
Yep. Wow, that's better. +5 and a boost. 7.
Oh,
Okay, I am going to, with the fate point that was just handed to me, tag one of my aspects, bait and switch, where I weave out of the way and the person that was sneaking up behind me with another sword gets shot in the head, or like shot by the person that was shooting at me.
All right, well played. Okay, so your turn.
Okay. Barry is going to start swearing quite vocally. Like, I won't say it on stream because I'll leave you, the listener, to think of the worst thing that you can think of as someone runs up towards the person that's trying to gun them down with a katana. Oh, that's an interesting roll. How's a 4 get me?
4 will get you nowhere.
Okay. I'm wondering if it's worth using my last fate point to just slice them down, like try to slice in.
High risk, high reward. You're in the middle of a furball.
Yeah, I am hurt enough right now that I want to save that fate point for defense.
All right. He is going to parry your strike with the barrel of his rifle. Micah,
Hey.
Yep.
what are you going to do?
I'm still getting people out, right?
Yep.
I want to continue doing that.
Okay, give me a rapport roll.
Ooh, this is something I'm better at. Not when I roll like that, though. Shoot. I'll spend my last fate point.
Okay.
That is a 4.
All right. Out of the dim light of the corridor beyond the... Well, I guess you wouldn't care about the dim light.
Yep.
You see several figures rushing forward. They are obviously heavily armed. And you don't know whether to fire. You don't know whether to bring up your weapon and meet them head on, or greet them as friends until you hear Captain Sato's voice say, "Commander, it's good to see you."
Captain, I'm glad you're here. There's an incident in progress.
I see you are one to favor the Republic Navy's trademark nonchalance.
I suppose so. Are you here to assist us?
We'll render what assistance is necessary, he says, as you see several of his officers step forward with tripod-mounted blasters.
I believe there's still some members of the council in there.
He looks around, sees some members of the council out here. "I will do my duty," he says. And they will do theirs. And he opens fire.
Glad I have that fate point.
Hey, the Shinso Mizu did not get on top of intergalactic trade by half measures.
No, not at all.
You are doing your duty for your clan. If you are dying, holding the line in time to be gunned down by your own side to finish things off nice and decisively.
Good job having them cluster around you. Forlorn hope.
You'll get a posthumous promotion for this.
Mm-hmm.
Cook second class.
Like I was saying in the chat, my two favorite words in RPG combat are danger close.
Yup.
Okay. That means the three of you that are still in the chamber, give me athletics rolls.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Well, this is fine. Everything's fine. That's a 4.
That is a 1.
It's a 2.
All right. Here's how this works.
Pain.
Pain. Yes, pain. This is pain. This is how pain works.
Wait, so I have that guy grappled still. Did I get 1 boost or 2 boosts?
I'll give you 2 boosts for that.
Well, I'll tag that, so it's a 4. Yes.
Do I still have the boost from success with style avoiding... oh, wait, no, I used that boost for the guy behind me getting shot, right?
Yeah. What did
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
say?
I'm sorry, I
What did
got
you say
a
you got,
3. I
Barry?
have 1 on the die. I have 3 total.
Okay. What did you say you got, Barry?
I got 4 total.
Okay. So that means you take 5 points of damage.
Okay. Is it too late to use a fate point to reduce that sum?
Nope.
Just not too late.
It is not.
Okay. I am... Man, one of my decompressions right here would be interesting, feeling the burn. Oh boy.
We felt a lot of burden.
I am going to... Yeah, I'll call on the devil's own luck again, and slip on some shed blood or something, and fall down to push that up to a 6 for my athletics.
Okay, so with a 6, you actually manage to avoid getting hit.
Yes, hooray! Devil's own luck.
Unfortunately, that means that. Wait, let me make sure I'm figuring this math right. That's 6 points of damage for Lucette.
For the others two?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was absorbing some of the brunt with my body.
Okay.
So that's
We just spent a fate point. Oh wait.
Oh, not for Mahau because of your improvised armor.
Yes.
A literal meat shield.
Well, it was meat for a while, and then it was mostly muscle, and then just bone,
Gristle.
and then it was gone.
At least it was useful.
You know, each little bit helped.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a mild consequence.
Okay.
See, what's a mild consequence of being riddled with laser bullets?
Got clipped.
Tenderized.
Got winged.
Yeah.
Sore eyes. Like, just from the sheer glare of the bolts going through the air.
Oh, how about flash blinded?
I'll go with that.
Okay.
It's like someone shone a very strong laser pointer in your eyes. It's horrible.
All
I'm
right.
still hungover from the champagne, too. This is not...
This isn't fair.
It's bright lights and loud noises. Exactly what I don't want right now. These parties are the worst.
Loyalist troops are going to flood into the compartment and begin securing the survivors. Securing the survivors is a multi-purpose euphemism. For council members, it means they are put aboard stretchers and carried to the sickbay. For people who are of indeterminate affiliation, it means that they are handcuffed and thrown into the brig. For people who are obviously part of the mutiny, it means they are summarily shot. Not in the head, someplace more toward the lower abdomen.
Slow and lingering.
It gives them an opportunity to die with honor.
That's fair.
Or not.
Or not. You, however, are all heroes.
Woo!
I feel like a hero.
Covered in the
Arterial spray of my brother.
yeah, you feel great. You are all brought to sickbay, including Commander Drexler, because they are afraid that you've been hurt and just won't admit it.
I did get shot.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, you don't look nearly as bad as everybody else.
I was not fired upon by tripods, so yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get touched, fortunately.
Yeah.
Barry's
Someone's
covered in
fault.
blood, some of it his own.
Yes.
Oh, I'm covered. Oh, yeah, I'm covered in blood. But I just need to take a shower since, I just had like some pants on and no shirt.
Yeah. So you are all put in the same ward right next to each other.
Mahal, your parties are the worst.
This was a duel. The party was last night. It didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped.
Hey, does anyone want that plasma rifle that I liberated? Because I definitely do not want it.
Sure. It needs to be entered into evidence.
Yeah, I'd much rather enter into evidence and not into my back.
Wow, would you look at these layabouts? Commander Karen walks into the room, got a big smile on his face. He's going to slap Catfish on the shoulder.
The extremely burnt shoulder.
It hurts a lot. They gave you
I mark my final point of stress.
they gave you some great drugs when you came in here. But all the same, ow! You showed them, didn't you?
Did our best.
Yeah.
You should see the other guy.
Well, I would love to as soon as they finish mopping him up off the floor.
I had to shower some of them off.
Oh, I'm sorry about your brother and all, Mai Tai. But seeing as you, just unfortunate all around. But look, you guys have won us a lot of good press with the Shinzumizu, so we're doing. We're trying to make good on, everything that you all have done here. We're going to try to integrate some more of your pilots into the training cadre for the Draconis Navy, and all that sort of diplomacy stuff that your parents are so good at. But,
Did you ever figure out were the mutinous people insurgents, or were they actual people from within Shinzumizu?
It looks like some of them were, unfortunately, disaffected members of your clan, people that your brother had compromised, either through bribery or blackmail. Some other folks look like mercenaries hired on the station or elsewhere in the system, and some contacts with organized crime. We've brought in a couple people you might have heard of, Catfish, to get their side of the story, as it were. They're all claiming they don't know anything, but it looks like there's another cell operating in the area, or something like that. That's what the intel folks are telling me.
Refresh my memory. Were the Vanguard that Freeman talked to, were they among the mutineers?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be able to testify against some of that, because I definitely saw a certain individual speaking with some of the mutineers in advance.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Well, someone who's still alive to prosecute, I hope.
Let's just say that I hope that he won't live up to his name much longer. He won't be a free man for long.
And that's when you feel like you're gonna cough up your lung.
Man, what's in those plasma flasks? I hate it.
Plasma.
I don't like it.
All right, and we're going to close out there.
Barry survived. Woo!
Against all expectations.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not just taking the severe consequence, given how near the end of the scenario we were.
Well, those don't just go away, you know.
Yeah, they just downgrade slowly.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Ooh, I guess we're gonna have to deal with
You're gonna decompress.
the decompression now also.
Oh,
Oh boy.
It's a good thing I didn't take anything.
You can be a very large nurse for us.
Right? It's like you all had a good showing, like especially you, Captain Drexler.
So I'm captain.
No, I mean, well, yeah. Aren't you captain? I can't remember.
She's a commander.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's actually a lieutenant commander.
Okay, that's why I'm wing leader.
Flight leader.
Flight leader. The wing leader is Star Wars. Or something.
Actually, flight leader is sometimes a correct designation as well. I can't remember who is actually the lead pilot between Catfish and Mai Tai.
I thought Catfish was the lead pilot.
Okay, so
I thought Mai Tai was the lead pilot. Oh
All
no!
right, I'm
It is flying circles.
Wait, what's your piloting?
My piloting is 3.
Then you're lead pilot.
Okay.
all right. So yeah, you are an element leader.
Ooh. I call dibs on magma because it's like earth and fire elements together and it's badass. Or molybdenum.
You can be that one when you can
Surprise.
pronounce it.
The element of surprise.
Now, he was expecting you to fight with something a bit more lethal.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed since he has the family blade, he was going to want to fight with something more lethal.
He was actually going to try to he was actually going to try to goad you into dueling in ships.
Oh, that would have just been terribly for him. I was under assumption that I wasn't going to try to kill him, just humiliate him.
Yeah, he thought you hated him a lot more because he hated you a lot.
Well, he hated him so much, he wanted him to live with it.
All right, I'm like, I still have my honor. I don't hate him so much that I would do something dishonorable.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. He was far more on board with the whole you dying terribly bit.
I'm not saying he wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
I wanted him to have to go back to the council jacked up.
Oh, by the way, the council's a lot smaller now.
Yep. And they're going to have to find other high-ranking members of the Shinzu to fill those positions, I assume.
Yes.
Well, that's how they got some open seats.
Oh, that's going to be a fun episode. As Tiki Flight tries to do all it can to make sure that you navigate the various pitfalls of the... it'll be a comedy.
Yeah, we're really good at those things.
We got through dinner. That's better than I expected.
All right, so had Barry not warned us about the dinner kind of being a social trap, I was going to roll discipline against the open bar. I pre-rolled and got a -1.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys had fun.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We're heading toward the end of your time with this particular arc. And you will have many other interesting places to go and people to kill.
Did we stop recording yet?
No.
So go ahead.
Not yet.
Oh, I guess. So we hope you enjoyed watching, whoever's out there. Around the table, we've had Megan.
Hey everyone, this is Megan. Yeah, I've been playing Commander Micah Drexler. You can find me on Twitter at Curium247.
Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I've been playing some Swiss cheese.
Mm.
You can find me on Twitter at BooDay.
John.
Hi, I'm John, and I was playing Mahai, who was unscathed, even though everyone directly and immediately around him were horribly murdered. You can find me on Twitter at Sleepy, SLEYPY.
And Mike.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike. I was playing Barry, Catfish, Namazuko, Element Leader. Let's go with what's a good barium monochloride. That's the what he's the leader of. And you can find me on Twitter at Tokan. That's TOKKAN.
This is Acer. You can find me on Twitter at Acer_Tolentino, and I've had the privilege to ride herd on Tiki Flight for yet another episode. Around the table in 2 weeks, there will be no one because I will be in Oregon. The next episode will maybe be in a month or 3 weeks, depending on what people are up to. We hope you enjoyed watching and or listening. Until next time, this is Tiki Flight signing off.
Bye.
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 Bye.